Today we're going to learn a song called Let It Snow. And it goes like this. Let it snow, let it snow.
No, wrong word, wrong one.
Oh yeah, well we do have a tutorial on that one. But this one is the different Let It Snow. If you want to know what sheet music I'm teaching from, there's a link below this video. We're just going to be learning what we call the A section today. This song's form is A, A, B, A. That means we have an A section, followed by another A section that's pretty much the same, then a B section where things are a little different, and then we end with the same A section. We're going to focus on the A section and touch a little bit on the B section. Let's get into position. If you notice, we're in C major, meaning there are no sharps and flats, so we're not going to play any black keys today. Put your left hand with your thumb on C and each finger on a white key below it. Right hand with your thumb on D and each finger on a key above it. I'm going to play it once and you have a listen. What's interesting about this song is that we play just the melody, but there are some added things in between each phrase. See if you can hear where it is. Oh, the weather outside is frightful, but the fire is so delightful. And since we've no place to go, let it snow, let it snow, let it snow. That's the A section. Now if you notice, I play, oh, the weather outside is frightful. This chord doesn't have a word on it, so it's just a filler between phrases. So be aware of that as we go. Okay, we start on our left hand with our forefinger. We go, oh, the... It's a pickup. It's before the song really starts or before the big beat comes in. Oh, the... And then we switch to our right hand. Weather outside is frightful. So we go from forefinger in our left hand to forefinger in our right hand. And then we just step down. Then left hand takes over for that thumb and our forefinger at the bottom. I'll play it once more and then you repeat. Oh, the weather outside is frightful. Now you go. Good. We're going to add the chord at the end. Oh, the weather outside is frightful. Chord. This chord is 2 and 4 finger. See if you can play them at the same time. If you can't, try just playing your 2 finger, then adding your 4 finger. Holding both, then play them together. All right, now we're going to add it on to the end of the phrase. Feel free to play with me. Oh, the weather outside is frightful. You can review that for a moment. Feel free to pause the video anytime. But I'm going to keep going. The next phrase goes like this. But the fire is so delightful. So we start on our forefinger again for what feels like another pickup. But the fire, but the is the pickup part. Fire is the main beat. So we go from our forefinger to our right thumb, and that right there is a dotted quarter note. So we hold it a little longer than a normal quarter note. But the fire is so delightful. We go 1, left hand 1, right hand 1, left hand 1. Then we step down, skip our 3 finger to our forefinger. I'm going to play it once, and you play it back. But the fire is so delightful. Go ahead. Great. Now we're going to add the chord at the end of it. But the fire is so delightful. Chord. This time it's 3 and 4 finger. See if you can play those 2 fingers at the same time. If you can't, do the same thing. Play them one at a time, then play them together. And remember, it's a short one. All right, we're going to do the whole phrase. Feel free to play with me. But the fire is so delightful. Now you can pause and try on your own as many times as you need. I'm going to keep going. The next phrase goes, and since we've no place to go. So we have another pickup. All right, it feels like a pickup. And then we come in on the big beat. Since we've no place to go. So it's 3-finger in our left hand. Then to our pinky, we play twice and just step down our fingers. I'm going to play it once, then you repeat. And since we've no place to go. Now you. Great. Now we're going to add those 2 notes at the end of it. I'll show you once. And since we've no place to go. So we play 5-3 as the filler for this one. And those are staccato, meaning short. All right, I'm going to play the whole line. Feel free to play with me. And since we've no place to go. All right, you can pause and try that as many times as you need. Going on to the final phrase of this A section. Let It Snow, the name of the song. We're finally there. Your right hand is going to move up 1 key, so each finger will still have a white key, but it'll just be 1 step higher than you were before. So it's a small movement. And we play hands together on this part. So this is what it's going to look like. Let it snow, let it snow, let it snow. Now, let's break it down 1 hand at a time. Right hand starts on your 5-finger. It will play 3 notes going down. Let it snow. Just that. Try just that. Let it snow. Then another let it snow. Let it snow. That's 3, 2, 1. Now let's put the 2 together. Let it snow. Let it snow. You try. Then we're going to move down a step to where we were before. And for the next Let It Snow, we play Let It Snow, 2, 1, left hand. So the whole Let It Snow pattern goes, let it snow, let it snow, let it snow. Now you try. Move it back up. Good. Now we're going to add those 2 notes at the very end that we play with our right hand. So no left hand yet. Let it snow, let it snow, let it snow. Your right hand is going to move up 2 white keys. So each finger is going to glide up evenly, and now your thumb is going to be on F. And you'll play 2, 5, G, C. And those are staccato as well. So the whole phrase goes like this. Let it snow, let it snow, let it snow. You try. Now let's add the left hand. The left hand will just play on the snows. For instance, it goes, let it snow, let it snow, let it snow. All right, so your left hand just plays 2, 4, and then it takes over for the melody on snow. You'll play, let it snow, let it snow, let it snow. And sped up, that'll be. Try slow and then speed it up. Great. Now, we're going to try this from the very beginning. Now, if you don't get it perfect the first time, great. It proves that you're being challenged, and you can try again. It is just a video after all, so you can pause it and replay anything as many times as you need. Okay, into position, left hand thumb on C, right hand thumb on D. Okay, let's try together. Oh, the weather outside is frightful, but the fire is so delightful. And since we've no place to go, let it snow, let it snow, let it snow. How'd you do? Now, if you notice, there's one additional note in this section with the word it above it, then a repeat sign. That's because it's telling you to repeat back to the beginning. That's the first note of the second verse, the one where it goes, it doesn't show signs of stopping. So you do the same thing again. But then when you come back, you'll say, let it snow, let it snow, let it pause. You go to the second ending where you see the number 2. So you skip that first ending and go straight to the number 2 once you've repeated it. All right, now I'm going to go over the B section. That's the part that sounds a little different. All right, note by note, we start on our 2 finger and left hand. When we, and then right hand, we'll play 1, 2, 1. Finally, when we finally skip down, kiss, good night. So on night, you'll play 2 finger and thumb. When we finally kiss, good night. Next part, you'll move your left hand up 1 step. And you'll play, how I hate going out in the storm. So you play 3 finger skip up, how I'll, and then step down. Hate going out. And then we play 5, 4, 3, going up again. I'm going to play that once more slowly because it's kind of tricky, and you can pause and play it back. How I hate going out in the storm. Now, while you're holding storm, you'll play 2, 1, and then your left hand will shift back down a step to play the next section. Play, but if you really hold me tight. So you start on left hand, but if, and then play 1 finger, you really skip down 4, then play thumb. While you hold that note, you'll play 4, 3, 2. So I'm going to play that section again, and you can play it back. But if you really hold me tight. Now you try. All right, now this last phrase. All the way home I'll be warm. There's now an F sharp. Now you see that sharp, it kind of looks like a hashtag or a number sign. You see it only on 1 note, but in that measure it carries over to each F. So we play all the way home, F sharp again. I'll be, F sharp again, warm. So basically for that measure, your right hand is in a D major position with a black key under your 3 finger, the whole measure. All right, now when we say home, we're going to play left hand thumb, and on warm we step down to 2 finger. It goes, all the way home I'll be warm. So it's kind of relaxing into that 2 finger, right? This doesn't sound very good, but this sounds a little better. I'm going to play the whole measure again, and you can try after. All the way home I'll be warm. Now looking at the last section, you'll notice that it looks very similar because it's the exact same thing as the first section. Some rhythms in the melody are a little different, but because you already know the melody, you might just play those naturally. I'll play the last section for you once, and you can see just how similar it is. The fire is slowly dying, and my dear, we're still goodbying. But as long as you love me so, let it snow, let it snow, let it snow. The end. All right, you've learned the whole song, so congratulations. Practice it as many times as you need. If you're not getting it and you've only played it, 5 times, that's because it's tricky and you just got to do it more times. Do it as long as you need and as many times as you need to get it perfect.